guys, good morning and welcome to my weekly cosmic weather forecast where I sit down with my cup of tea on Monday morning and invite you to do the same as we discuss the upcoming cosmic weather events for the week as they relate to astrology, talking about the week of May 28th, 2018, coming into the first week of June. So today on Monday, we still have the moon in Scorpio left over from the weekend. It will go into Sag later today, bringing us into our beautiful Sagittarius full moon on Tuesday, the 29th. I got so excited a couple months ago when I saw this Sag full moon because I knew that it was going to follow all that crazy Pluto, Mars, Saturn, Capricorn stuff. And Sag, I mean, you really can't ask for a better full moon. Sag is a naturally optimistic sign. It's bringing in a bit of sunshine from the weeks we've been going through. Sag is naturally optimistic because it follows the archetype of Scorpio. So Sag just came out of the dark dungeon where it did all of the shedding and the dying and the crying and the loss and everything. And it's really ready to seek the light. And in this case, we can think of light as new information. It's said that there really is no darkness or light in the universe. It's really just lack of information as we experience it through darkness, and information which we experience as light or illumination. So Sag is all about this illumination. It is the seeker, explorer. It is nomadic as it goes out to distant foreign lands to expand its knowledge and seek answers to the real higher dimensional questions of life. Who am I? Who are you? Is there a God? What is life? What is death? What are these crazy animals everywhere that crawl all over the earth? And what is my relation to them? And who created them? And Sag is this seeker of knowledge and the seeker really of God, or an explanation for what God is. So during this full moon, because Sag is the seeker explorer, we might actually feel like going on a trip, traveling to a foreign land or taking a short journey somewhere, or we might just feel like expanding ourselves through mental expansion, which would be, taking a yoga class or diving into our spiritual practices more, etc. And Sag is also naturally very social. Sagittarius really likes to go out and mix and mingle, and of course the Sag moon will oppose the sun in Gemini. Mercury will also go into Gemini later the evening of the full moon. So this is really, again, adding to this desire to welcome in a diverse new group of friends, a diverse, just new options, essentially. We're really still having our options expand more and more and more. This full moon's also going to sextile Mars in Aquarius, which again is really encouraging us to meet new people, mix and mingle, find tribe, find new friends that really match us where we're at right now. So we think overall super positive, kind of sunshiny new moon, or full moon rather, and I hope that you guys are playing around with this idea of setting intentions on the new moon and then watching those seeds come to fruition and bloom, this kind of celebration of everything that was planted back at the beginning of the lunar cycle. So if you did set intentions on the Taurus new moon, maybe you can check and see how those are celebrated during this full moon. Moving on to Wednesday, we'll still have a Sagittarius moon, and then Thursday we will have the moon go into Capricorn. So Thursday, Friday, we have this Capricorn moon theme going on, and the Cap moon is going to oppose Venus in Cancer. So one thing I wanted to say about Venus in Cancer, I know I've been going on and on and on about how Venus in Cancer is about having our security needs met, and it is, and I think that we're still going through that this month of, figuring out when I need to be more comfortable, figuring out what I really need for my life to kind of run efficiently and, not just run, but run so that I'm comfortable. And as a natural element of that process, finding out what we need to get our security needs met, I think we're also confronting the polarity of that, which is our insecurities. So I know that I've definitely been confronting some insecurities. Maybe just even putting it in that language will help illuminate for some of you guys maybe some feelings that have been a little bit hazy or difficult to pinpoint what they exactly are. But they are these fears that we can really trace back to insecurity. And because Venus rules finances, I see and feel a lot of us feeling suddenly very insecure about our finances. I think that even those of us that are lucky enough to be currently experiencing a abundance of finances might be also confronting fears or insecurities around, okay, great, I have it now, but is it sustainable for the future? What's going to happen later? Am I prepared for the worst, etc.? So I think that, or I want to provide some comfort for people that are feeling this way, myself included, because the system is set up for us to be confronting these insecurities. The system, unfortunately, that we are currently living in is really set up for us to have to be a slave in order to have our security needs met. So it's not you, it's not any of us really being lazy or not working hard enough. I think it's really just a reflection of where we're at as a collective, and that is one of the many things that is being torn down right now so that it can be rebuilt. But I think we're reaching the very end of this system being in place in regards to finances. So I think that a lot of this is coming to the surface right now of just like, oh my God, I'm working so hard and I still can't seem to get enough money to make this all work, or I'm worried about not having enough money if the car breaks down, or, I lose my job or whatever. So if you're experiencing that, I just want to say, me too, so are a lot of us, and with the moon opposing Venus, it's really bringing up our emotional security as it relates to the things that we value, and because Venus is in Cancer, this can be finances. So I think that can also bring up nostalgia. Cancer is history. It's also nostalgia. So I actually experienced that a little bit this week, these waves of nostalgia coming out of nowhere. So if that's happening, that might have something to do with our Venus in Cancer currently. Moving on, we have Saturday. Okay, this weekend's really cool. It's like got super cerebral, brainiac kind of energy around it. Saturday we have the moon go into Aquarius, and Sunday the moon in Aquarius is going to conjunct Mars in Aquarius, sextile the sun in Gemini, and trine Mercury now in Gemini. So when you have Aquarius and Gemini working together, and particularly when we have the moon conjunct Mars in Aquarius, this is so cerebral, it's so mental. Both Gemini and Aquarius are really concerned with this very intellectual, analytical way of looking at things. Gemini is all about wanting a bunch of different possibilities, not really wanting to make up its mind about one thing. Aquarius is all about the future vision and technology and aliens and medical advancement and the betterment of humanity. So when you get these two things working together, super rad. I'm calling it like the mad scientist weekend. So I think because there's all of this Uranian Aquarius element, we really might be encouraged to go out and mingle with new community that reflects our desire to move forward in the best possible way and help the planet, etc. Make healthy choices as a group, as a unit. So it's funny because I still haven't decided if I'm gonna go, and actually if I go, I'm not sure that I'll have my video out next Monday morning. It might be a little bit late next week, so you'll know that if I went or not. There is a event in the desert of California called Contact in the Desert, and it's a bunch of lectures and workshops and seminars on UFOs and ETs and all this stuff. And I made plans to go possibly to this months ago. So I started cracking up when I did this, when I started taking notes for this forecast, because it's just never ceases to blow my mind how accurate astrology always ends up being. But yeah, it's totally that type of energy. I'm going to be going to an event full of like-minded people, people that are probably into astrology, people that are into extraterrestrial life and the possibility of life on other planets and contact with them, etc. And it's going to be all about mingling and sharing information. So that's kind of the flavor of the weekend, actually, is mingling with community that shares our belief systems, wanting to expand our belief systems and our knowledge of the things that really piques our interest. So, yeah, and I think that with Uranus now in Taurus bringing up so many issues around where we're going as a planet, finding tribe that's interested in coming up with solutions is such a healthy way to kind of soothe the anxieties that come along with some of these issues that are coming up. So do find people that encourage you to come up with solutions rather than kind of, simmer in kind of doomsday prophecies, because that really gets us nowhere. And as a collective, we are writing the story, we're co-writing it. So find people that write happy, beautiful stories, not ones that are more depressing. At least that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing week. If you would like to reach out to me for a reading, my email will be down below. I'm also on Instagram at Earth2Coyote, and I'm on Facebook at Coyotestarastrology. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you in the next video.